For the last 27 years, I've dedicated my life to fitness, transforming thousands of bodies and minds. As I continue to grow into my passion for bodybuilding, I want to take a moment to thank you for your unwavering support. And now it's time for me to continue to walk the walk and transform my own life, my body, my soul, and hopefully motivate you along the way. I've committed to dedicating this year to stepping on that legendary Masters Olympia stage. This journey is not just about winning. It's about pushing my body to the limit and embracing the hard work and the dedication that it takes to achieve greatness. Follow along as I document every step of this path. When challenges arise, remember, we dig deeper. Together, let's unleash our full potential and rise to the occasion. Let's dig deeper.
What's up? Welcome to this journey as I'm eating my pre-workout. I'm super excited for you to be here, to follow me along as I make the attempt in my first pro bodybuilding season to make it to Masters Olympia. I know it's going to be really hard. I have zero expectations other than to do my best, which is something that I want all of you out there to do. So today I'm going to finish my pre-workout. I've already done 2 podcasts and some Instagramming, but now is a time for me to get real. When I get to the gym, it's a completely different job, a completely different mental lock-in, and hopefully along the way, you learn things that you can use to go after your strength journey. This is Ageless Strength. I'm almost 47 years old, and I feel like I'm just beginning. So let's go. All right, welcome to my very first workout with you as I go along and go after making it to Masters Olympia. Men's physique, by the way. I know I have pretty decent legs and a big old booty, but classic physique is not my thing right now. But we're here at Blood, Sweat, Body Work in Arizona. I'm gonna hit some shoulders right now. I love shoulders, it's amazing. This entire journey started because I had shoulder surgery, which I'll tell you about later, but it's enough talking. Let's freaking do this. And anything you learn along the way, I hope you can use it to make your body better. Let's go back here. I'm gonna do some Theragun on my shoulders, get them warmed up, because I am 46 years old and I will be competing in my first pro show at 47. So I gotta keep this body right. This is my lifesaver. I know a lot of you probably have something similar, but just getting these muscles warmed up, the joints, is life-changing to start. What I like to call a cardio junkie is because I had shoulder surgery on my left shoulder. I played a lot of tennis. I did obviously tons of calisthenics, push-ups, all that stuff. Ended up having a bone spur that tore into my rotator cuff, which made me have to go to physical therapy, which I met my physical therapist, Kristen, who I asked to train me because she looked dope. Her body was amazing. She was super smart. Anyway, she started training me, and then after 6 months of her training me, I told her I wanted to compete, and she passed me over to my coach, Justin. But I'll tell you right now, I did not look like this when I first started, but I'm happy I did it. And here we are on a road to Tokyo. There's one thing that you should never leave home without in Arizona, and that is chapstick and water, because it's dry as hell here. So you'll never see me without chapstick, and you'll never see me without water. I start with some really light lateral raises, and like 8 to 12 reps. I'm doing 20 reps. Here we are, it's my final warm-up set, and then we get to the work. All right, my warm-up's done. I'm about to hit some rear delts. I actually really love this exercise. pulling back, squeezing, because my weakest point, not weak as in strength, but the part of my body that I'm trying to build more and more and more is the back of my body. So starting with the shoulders today, hit back there, let's see what happens. One of the things I like to tell people in your fitness, and I'm pretty much at the beginning of my workout because I'm really tired, but if you don't feel the burn, your muscle won't learn. So whenever it gets tough and you feel like you are taking that easy way out, if you don't feel the burn, your muscle won't learn. So feel the burn, chase the burn. People who don't see the result don't chase the burn. They try to take the easy way out. And there's no such thing as easy when it comes to changing your body. That's why I dig deeper. That's why I created Insanity. Let's go. One thing that I don't like about gyms is when people don't clean up their sweat. Even though this gym is called blood, sweat, body work, nobody wants to be in your sweat. You can save getting sweaty with somebody for another activity, if you know what I'm saying. We're gonna do some shoulder press. First time using this machine, which I'm super stoked about. I'm gonna do a shoulder press and I'll tell you how I feel after. This machine looks like it already weighs 90 pounds, so we'll see. I thought I was gonna be doing 20 reps today, but we're gonna change that around a little bit. We're gonna hit some 12s because every day that you go to the gym, you have different energy. So I'm not a big fan of saying every time I go to the gym, oh, I benched this last time, so I should do better, or I curled this last time, so I should do better. I'm telling you, your energy is different every day. So your ability to push hard changes every day, which keeps you connected to your body. That's why when they say mind muscle connection, activation, it's not just about how strong you are, it's about how smart you are and how connected you are to your body. So that means you still have to dig deep in your mind, conquer your mind, transform your life, or in this case, your body. While I might be a bodybuilder now, I was a professional dancer and I will always be a dancer, and I will use any apparatus that I can to dance. I have a question for you. Do you have a set plan when you go to the gym? Or are you a free-for-all kind of person? And most people think I'm gonna say, have a set plan. However, again, like when it's time for you to work out, of course you want your split to be right? You don't want to do 3 chest days back to back. But sometimes if you're a person that's just getting started in the gym, don't do the whole like this, like boom. Sometimes you just gotta go, look at the machines they have and be like, all right, these are all the chest machines. I'm just gonna do that. Next day, all right, these are all the shoulder machines. Just do that. Make it easy for yourself and don't be afraid to ask people for help in the gym. Don't put too much pressure on yourself because we all had to start from somewhere. I typically don't do only 3 sets in a workout, but for shoulders, because I don't lift for weight, I lift for aesthetics. So with shoulders, I'm like, I don't want to overdo it because I have other parts of my body that I want to catch up. Like my chest is good, abs, but I want my back to match everything. So that's one thing I love about my coach. He's not just about lift, lift, lift. He's like, what do you look like here? And he has no problem being shady. I call it shady. He calls it honest. He's like, when I first started working with him, he was like, you wanted to be a competitor. And I looked at your back and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this back. But now, let's go. I'm gonna show you in the posing room after. So I like both types of lateral raises. I love the dumbbell lateral raise because whenever you use dumbbells, you have to use your core. You have to use stability. You know, you could do unilateral, right? But when you're doing things together, that means you're connecting your body. It requires, people think it's like really easy, but you'll see people in the gym using their back and all this stuff. But if you can be controlled and your arms are rising at the same time, coming down at the same time, extending, right? You wanna get a long stretch here. Also, with dumbbells, you have to really push out to contract. Like I can contract without the dumbbells, really pushing out as far to the walls as you can. Whereas like here, it's already set. You don't need the balance and control, but you do have to push. And my technique is to push down and out. Push down and out. So this sets you up for success. I always smile when I get to my last exercise. All right, last set of the day. And then we have to have a talk about something very, very important. You don't want to miss this conversation. All right, so one of the things I wanted to talk about is something that like kind of annoys me, but I just think it's really important for me to be transparent, which I've been transparent, but also to use it as a teaching lesson for people. And that is the idea that when some people see someone that's fit or they got a lot of gains, they just put needles like as comments and they say, oh, this person's on PEDs or this person, blah, blah, blah. And I think the thing is, we need to change the mindset and help people understand that, well, first of all, if they do look like that, that means their body structure looks really good, which means they've done the work. But if we want to talk about me, because obviously I've gotten a lot of comments on social media, yes, I'm on fucking testosterone. Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm 46 years old, almost 47 years old. And I've talked about this on my podcast, which also makes it a little bit annoying because people just don't do the research to be like, oh, let me find out if Shaun has ever talked about this before, right? But yeah, like a few years ago, I felt like my erections weren't what they used to be. And all of us guys know we want to feel, you know, that youthful erection. And also, if you want to keep it very real, my orgasms weren't as fruitful. And I really felt like I was having a problem. It wasn't horrible, but it definitely wasn't me. And so I think one of the things that is important to say is absolutely, I've talked to a friend. I went and got testosterone. The first thing I did was testosterone pellets. And then it worked for me for a little bit. Like I felt good. I was actually able to build muscle without like stressing about it. And then people probably want to know my erections got way better and my orgasms got way more fruitful. And I just felt really great. I felt a lot more energy. I felt like myself. I didn't feel like I had to pressure myself to have the energy that I used to have. And my relationship, the sexual, what I call adulting, got better. And so, and then I added some peptides in there. And I'm gonna keep it very real. I'm an IFBB pro, if you can understand what I'm saying. So I think that there will still be people that will say like, oh my gosh, you take testosterone, or you take peptides, or you take this. But I'm gonna tell you right now, and I mean this in the most respectful way, I could still out insanity at 245 pounds, all of those people that are talking shit. So when you see people, like, how about you ask them like, hey bro, like, is that natural? Or like what did you do to be able to get those gains? Because even if someone's on PEDs or testosterone or peptides, you know what? That person really cares about either how they look or their health, or they want to feel confident. It's more than just wanting to be big. It's more than just wanting to be muscular. A lot of it has a lot to do with people's mental health, and they want to feel physically strong. And at least for people around my age and older, we want to feel youthful. But you'll get there one day. Hopefully you don't have to. Maybe you have like, you're an anomaly and you'll always be able to produce as much muscle as you want. But for me, it's important for me to feel comfortable. This is my career. And also I was inspired. I have a podcast called Tears for Transformation that you can actually look on here on YouTube. And I interviewed a guy named Keeper who's 65 years old, and he's not doing anything, just using my workouts, changing his nutrition and diet. He was able to drop his body fat at 65 years old. And he had a degenerative like spine disorder as well. So I say all that to say is, it doesn't really bother me because I know how hard I work, and I know that every single day I wake up to help make people better. But you should really, like Joey Swole says, do better. Like, I know not everyone's going to be kind, not everyone's going to be thoughtful, but for me, it's about being transparent, and this is what it is. And I'm going after Masters Olympia, and I get my blood work every 30 days, if not every 60 or 90, definitely not more than 90 days. So, a lot goes into staying healthy as you get older. My nutrition's on point. I food prep. I go to therapy at least 2 to 3 times a month. So I say all that to say is, what you see here is literally 360 degrees of me being internally focused on what I feel, how I act towards other people. And going back to testosterone helps that. Like, it helps you feel better. And so if you're a guy out there and you're feeling low energy and you're a little bit older, go talk to your doctor and check it out. If you're younger and you want to get on testosterone, go talk to a doctor. Don't talk to the friend at the gym. The friend at the gym may be doing it for their own reasons, and congratulations to them. But for you, you have so much time. I didn't really lift weights like this, and look at me now. You have so much time to build muscle and have muscular maturity. So keep lifting, but whatever you decide to do, be smart. I support you, and make sure you talk to your doctor. With that said, we're gonna wrap up this first episode of me on my way to Olympia. I'm Shaun T, and I hope that you got just a little bit of motivation as we go throughout this process, and I'll see you next week.